conscious. Matic. Alright, so far where I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense. But nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around to keep you stagnant, distraction. So yeah, don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion, we probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me.
Yes.
Cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self,
Just to let you know where I am right now.
They don't want to help them it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you
I
on
tell you,
the
it
shelf.
is what it
If
is.
it's me, myself, and I, then there's no one else. Yeah, self-love is the best
Self-love.
love. It's the people who
what
always
we're
give,
talking
they never
about
get
tonight.
love. They ain't real
On
enough,
Friday's
probably
Pop
say they
Review
messed
Show.
up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love
Yeah,
is
it's
the
all
best
about
love.
self-love
It's the
tonight.
people who always give, they never get love.
It's
They
all
ain't real
about
enough to probably
self-love.
say they messed up.
Yes,
Just let it go
yes,
and make the
yes.
best of it. Love yourself.
Practice what you preaching, but clearly they're not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two
All
things
right.
they factor in. Inspire a lot of
Just to
control.
let you know,
Just from
people,
all the banter
back
when they
again.
accustomed to talking behind your
Yes,
back
it
with all that
is what it
chaspering.
is.
I
The dawn
remove
in the
myself
building.
before I abuse
You know what I mean?
myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta
All
do
right.
it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that
It's all
ain't
about
true.
sport tonight, baby. The dawn is greeting everybody, all our viewers, anywhere you're watching from, live and direct. I tell you, this is ISCB Friday Sport Preview Show. It's game night. I tell you, it's all about self-love.
It's the people who always give, they never get love.
I'm
They ain't
telling
real
you.
enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it
Music
go
of
and
my
make the
brother,
best
he's
of
so
it.
in it.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome here,
Self-love is the
everybody.
best love.
I'm
It's the
telling
people
you,
who always give, they
best
never
love.
get love. They ain't real enough to probably say
Welcome
they
me,
messed
Kule,
up.
to the show.
Just let it
Kule,
go
do you
and
have
make the
self-love
best of it.
tonight?
Love yourself.
What does it mean, Kule? Self-love. Can you hear me loud and clear? Kule, you are live. All right.
Yeah,
I tell you, it is what it is.
conscious.
All right. Nubia Prince, can you hear me loud and clear?
Man.
Yeah, they done.
Yes,
I'm here.
what's going on?
Alright, so
I'm good, my brother. I'm
far where I
good.
come from.
Yes,
Yes.
it's all about self-love.
Yes,
Yes,
so
it's
I
all
sit
about
and wonder
self-love.
about the times that it made sense.
All right,
But
tell them.
nowadays, I don't
Is
worry
this
about what's
ISCV?
past tense. My
Don't
young
be
days,
afraid,
I used
talk
to
to
hang
me.
around with mad
yeah,
friends.
it's
If
good
we
to
just
be here,
fell
of
out, I
course.
don't really know what
But we are back to
happened.
club
A lot of
football.
people come around
International
and
break
you stagnant,
over, and of
I
course,
tell you.
London Derby, London Derby, Chelsea versus Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna
I'm
be.
telling you, it's going to
I
be.
mean,
it's
Don't
gonna
let
be
me don't let me delve so much into it because I know it's gonna take a large chunk of our time. So I'm waiting. Let me keep my my arrows in my quiver.
All right, you're welcome to the show. Now, going on straight with this, I'm going to welcome this great man. Irate is in the building. Irate, your first game tomorrow. You're welcome to the show. Irate.
Hey, the Don. Good evening.
I can
Good
hear your
evening,
voice. You're
everybody.
nervous. You're nervous for the game tomorrow. I can hear you from your voice. You're welcome.
No, the game is. It's good to be back to club football, like
Yeah.
Nubian Prince said. International break is a pain in the ass for those of us who don't follow Nigerian
you.
football.
I tell
So
you.
we've had to make do with watching other teams. But it's good to be here. Great games coming up this weekend. Huge games. Merseyside Derby tomorrow and also the London Derby, Chelsea and Arsenal. So we are looking forward to it. Let's get started.
All right, let's move on. Let me welcome this great man. Oh my goodness, Shayomi Durice in the building. Shaya, what's going on? Chelsea's playing tomorrow. Are you nervous? You're welcome to the show. Shaya, can you hear me loud and clear? Talk to me.
Yeah, good evening, Lidon. It's great to be back. Good evening to Eric and Nubian Prince as well. Yeah, tomorrow is the London Derby between Chelsea and Arsenal. The game Arsenal have dominated in recent years, so I would make them favourites for that one. And then we have the one-sided Merseyside Derby, the game that Liverpool tends to to dominate.
Yeah.
I think their last defeat there was against Everton was at Anfield in 2020 or 2021, I believe. So
Yeah, I think so.
I'll back them to get the result as well. So yeah, let's get cracking.
All right, I'm ready. People are ready. All right, full house. He's in the building. Upwards in the building. Let me welcome Margaret. Margaret, you're live.
Yeah, the joy.
Yeah,
Good evening. Yes,
Yeah.
so good evening. Good evening, guys in the studio. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, America. Anywhere, world.
Anywhere,
Good evening.
worldwide.
Anywhere. Yes.
Yeah.
So finally, club football is back, and tomorrow is going to be. We're going to see. From tomorrow, we're going to see great, fantastic football, derbies, and all of that. And then, hopefully, as a United fan, I just pray
3
that
points.
the result
Only
favors.
let's see the apple.
Go favor.
All right. Let me welcome another person to the crew. All right, Robbie's here with me. Robbie, you are live. I'm telling you, you are live. You are live and direct from the studio. Talk to me. Your voice. I can't hear you well. Talk to me. Where are you, Robbie?
Gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful edition of ISTV. This is where we give you the latest and the hottest. Can you hear me now?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you now, loud and clear now. You're live now. All right. I think also, Okwe, talk to me all the way.
You do.
Not there. Talk to
Yeah,
me.
what's
Okwe,
going
you're
on?
live.
It's a pleasure to be on ISTV. Big shout out to everyone in the studio. I had a fantastic international break. I'm looking forward to EPL football with another 3 points ready for the Gunners.
Just like that. You can hear Igberaga
Yes,
FC.
just like that.
Proud FC. I'm telling you, this person is not going to like it. He's not going to like it. Prof is here. Prof, talk to me. It's all about Chelsea tomorrow. Don't dull me. Talk to me, Prof. You're live.
Back.
Yeah, let's do this. We don't say that.
Yes,
All right.
yes. What a weekend of football we have in front of us. So yes, let's just get it.
All right, let's get cracking, people. All right, let me welcome Kule. Kule, talk to me. You're live.
Yeah, good evening, John. Good evening, everyone. It's a packed house today, and happy the international break is over, and I can't wait for this weekend's football. It's been a boring 2 weeks, and I can't wait for this weekend to come in. Honestly, I can't wait.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. All right, it's a full house. He's here with us. He's what's going on? Can you hear me loud and clear? Yeah, welcome to the show. It's Friday. Can you hear me? He's.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, Debbie ready. We are ready.
Yep. Good to be on the show.
All right, you're welcome to the show. People, smash the like on the video. This is how we do it. I'm telling you, it's about to go down. But first, you know how to do it. You know what we're doing. First, it's going to be the quiz. I'm telling you, it's quick debates quickly. I'm telling you, it's going to be loud. But first, let me tell you something, people. Anywhere you're watching from, this is ISTV. Let me say a big shout out to this person watching us online right now. Shout out to his name is Michael Akintayo. One love, bro. Shout out to everyone. I'm here following on YouTube. Yes, big up to you anywhere you're watching from. I tell you, it's going to be loud. All right. I'm trying to share my screen, but first, let's see the quick debate. Margaret, I'm going to start with you with this debate. Are you ready? All right, 1 second. I'm trying to upload it. I missed it somewhere. All right. Okay. The quick debate, quick one. It's going to be a quick one. All right. Which is the best front three in EPL history? Margaret, can you see it loud and clear?
Yes, I can see that. I can see.
Yeah, I have. These are the front three in EPL. I mean, which one is one out of the three? I have Salah, Mane, Firmino. I also have Thierry Henry, Pires, and Beckham. And also on the Manchester United side, that's Manchester United. I'm talking about the three: Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo. Which one will you go for?
Wow. This group are fantastic group, fantastic players. The front threes, the one of Liverpool, great. Arsenal, perfect. United, oh my God. But we have to choose one. I have to choose one. Yes, I'll go for Rooney, Tevez, and Ronaldo. They were powerful. They were just powerful. They were great. In fact, those three in that United team, as a then we saw what they did. We saw United dominate not just in England but also in Europe that season. So I will choose those three.
All right. You're going to choose Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. I'm sure this person is going to have a different. Can I tell you? I'm going to call on Okwe. Don't tell me it's that one, that Gunners. Don't tell me that. Okwe, choose. Which one is the best front three in history?
I'm looking at this. Yeah, so I'm looking at this. The three options, right? And to be honest, out of the three options, only one was an actual front three, and that's Salah, Mane, Firmino. The other two actually played in 4-4-2 formations. So for me, it's quite difficult to say maybe the other two, talking about the Arsenal pairing and the United pairing, to say maybe they were better front threes, because they didn't actually play like 4-3-3s or front threes, in simple terms.
Yeah,
I think it's very easy for me to just say Salah, Mane, Firmino, because they actually played as a front three compared to the other two groups. So yeah, I'll go with Salah, Mane, Firmino.
I tell you, he says he's going to go for Salah, Mane, and Firmino. I tell you, let me call on Irate. Don't tell me, I know your answer. All right, Irate, let me hear you. Which front three are you going to go for? Let me tell you. Remember, the one down, Rooney, Tevez. Okay, let me know. No, go ahead.
I do remember them. Remember them.
Yes,
you can make a case for all of them. Honestly, these are big, great players that have made a difference for their clubs. So it's really hard to choose between all three. But I think I would go for Salah, Mane, and Firmino because I think they played, longer together than the other groups, and also they scored bundles of goals and assists between them. So I think that's why I'll go for Salah, Mane, Firmino in my own opinion.
Oh my goodness, another Salah, Mane, and Firmino. That's number two. I'm telling you. Prof, talk to me. Prof, you are live. Talk to me about this one, this front three. Which one will you go for, Prof?
This one is very close and very, very difficult, but I think I'm going to go for Ronaldo, Rooney, and Tevez.
Okay.
I think because Mane, Salah, Firmino were great, but they did. I think they just won one Premier League.
Yes.
Premier League title between them.
Just one. I remember.
Yeah. I think I
remember.
Really,
all right, that's another chance. Making 3-2. All right. Rooney, Tevez, and Ronaldo. I'm going to call upon Nubia Prince. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I can hear you. Talk to me. Which one are you going to go for?
I think Okwe actually made that valid claim because Henry, Pires, and
when Arsenal played the 4-4-2 formation. It was Henry, Dennis Beckham, or Henry, Kanu Nwankwo. But now, if I'm to pick the front three, I'm obviously going to pick Henry, Pires, and Dennis Beckham. Now, my reason is this. You've got lots of goals in those guys. And creativity too. And there's a bit of versatility. For me, Firmino, Salah, Mane. It was only Salah and Mane doing the goal scoring. Firmino is what we call a defensive striker. He barely scores goals. That's the honest truth. I don't think Firmino ever scored 15 Premier League goals for Liverpool in one season. I sincerely doubt it. So I think I'm going to pick Henry, Beckham, Pires. And second, if I'm given the opportunity, I'm going to pick Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo.
Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. Another 4-2 there. I'm telling
No.
you.
I said Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo as number 2.
Yeah, no. Tell me which one. Which match? I don't see one.
My choice is Dennis Beckham, Henri Perez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You go to say Arsenal fan. All right, let's move on. All right, let me call on. I think I've not called. AE, talk to me. We have this front three. Which one is the best front three for you in EPL history?
Yeah, so if I'm going to look at this combination, fantastic combination you have there in the Liverpool trio and also the Manchester United trio. They were fantastic in the EPL. Like you mentioned, to put it in proper context, EPL history. And I know this people you have there, they've all won the league. So it's not as if a particular group hasn't won the league. They've won the EPL. And what stands out is that I will go for Henri Perez and Dennis Beckham, not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but they were part of that fantastic team that went the entire season unbeaten. They were obliterating defenses in the EPL. No one could stop them. And also went ahead into the following season as well to continue the sojourn, not until the 50th game where they met Manchester United. And I think they were fantastic. It puts them in the history book, being part of the Invincibles. And I'm not taking anything away from Mane, Sané, and Firmino. I'm not taking anything away from Tevez, Ronaldo. But in terms of putting it in proper context, EPL history, their name remains ever in the sand or has been etched in the history of the EPL, being part of the Invincible. So with that narrative, I will pick those three.
Those three, meaning is it Beckham or Perez?
Yeah, Beckham, Henri, and Robert Perez.
All right, that's for that. Also, because of our time, we have a lot to do. I'm going to move on to the next one. That's the game we have for this weekend. It's game 9. I'm telling you. Okay, you said you like internationals.
Yeah, I mean, going into the international break, going into the international break, Arsenal had a fantastic win over Manchester City. So that put me in a good mood for the international break. But I mean, apart from that, we did see good quality football in Europe, and we got to see what the Super Eagles might look like during their 2024 AFCON campaign. So those were the highlights for me, in my own opinion. But then again, it's good to have Premier League football back. Thankfully, after now, we're not getting another international break till next year, March. So it's back-to-back football. Creme de la creme of football. The best.
There is in November.
There's another one in November.
It's in November.
Oh, in November. Yeah. Oh, okay. Fair.
All right, that's it. The paper talk for today is huge. I just want to touch on some points there. I have Alan should win Ballon d'Or by Guardiola. Do you agree with that, Irate?
Yeah, I think it was a tongue-in-cheek response to that question when he was asked in the press conference. He said the Ballon d'Or should have 2 sections, one for Messi and one for others. And we all know he's biased towards Messi, so I'm not surprised he said that. But, I mean, we would say Messi won the World Cup, which is the greatest football tournament, so he has to win it. But I think going by what Haaland has done, it will be quite unfortunate that he wouldn't win the Ballon d'Or. Haaland will probably never win a World Cup. He'll probably never even qualify for a World Cup, so there's nothing he can do about that. But yeah, unfortunately, it's a World Cup here, and Messi has won the World Cup. And for me, it's more of a popularity contest, honestly. Because if you say, oh, you go by winning the World Cup, in 2014, it wasn't a World Cup winner that won the Ballon d'Or. And I think it was the same for 2010 as well. So we can see it either ways. But for me, Haaland deserves it. Messi will win it, but I think Haaland deserves it in my own opinion. But yeah, it's what it is nowadays with the Ballon d'Or.
All right, on that, we move on to Neymar superstar with a legacy unfulfilled. Okay, what do you think about this injury upon Neymar, which he sustained during the internationals? What do you think about? What's your thought? Should this guy end the
Excuse me,
career?
that headline, a legacy unfulfilled. I think that's quite harsh, if you ask me. Because the only thing that alludes Neymar in his trophy cabinet, I believe, is probably the World Cup. It is the World Cup, and
He didn't win Copa America as well.
He didn't win what?
Copa
He didn't
America.
win Copa America.
Yeah, sadly, he wasn't in the 2012 Copa America squad. I don't think he had gotten. He wasn't one of the
he was
mainstays of the
injured.
Brazilian team at that time.
The last one,
exactly.
was
So
injured. Yeah.
not winning a trophy. So basically, not winning a trophy with Brazil. I think that's what he's just missing from his cabinet, and I think it would be very harsh to say a legacy unfulfilled. Because he's a brilliant player. But then, he has played a lot of games over his career. I mean, just at the age of 24, he had played as many minutes as veterans in the game. So that just goes to show you how important he has been over the years for his teams. And definitely, because of his style of play, the type of injuries he does suffer is normal. It would come to him, But then the way you take care of yourself matters a lot. I think that's what we can say. Cristiano playing at a certain good level, still at the age of 39. Obviously, Neymar does not put in the same work rate as Cristiano Ronaldo because, for Neymar, it's all about the Brazilian flair, and he believes that his inborn talent is good enough. But sometimes you need to take the extra mile and work on your body. And I think that's why we saw a short time for Ronaldinho as well. I really wish Gaucho played for longer years, but, he had a short-lived spell in Europe. And at the age of 33, I think he was already back in Brazil. So I think it's pretty much harsh on Neymar because I believe he has done everything in his possible best to always show up for his country and to show up for his club. So not winning a trophy with Brazil, maybe among the Brazilian greats, it might be a problem, but really, I don't think it takes anything away from him. He's been a fantastic superstar, in my own opinion.
All right, that being said, let's move.
I just want to defer to what Okpe said because I think that headline is correct in the sense that watching Neymar from Brazilian league with the talent he had, you wouldn't. If someone told you then that Neymar would retire because that's what he's going to look at without winning a Ballon d'Or with all that talent that he had and all the skills that he showed and all the goals that he scored, I think he scored quite a lot of goals at a young age. So it's for me, I think that headline, I would say it's correct because it's actually unfulfilled. He's not going to win the best player in the world throughout his career for all of the promise that he showed and the talent, coming up from Brazil. And even now he's Brazil's all-time top scorer, but many of the fans are not even into him because he hasn't won a World Cup for them. He hasn't won a Copa America. I think he has won the Olympics, but they're he has scored more than Pele, but he's nowhere near Pele according to them. They can't give him the same regard that they gave to Pele to Neymar because he has scored more than Pele. So for me, he has that unfulfilled career. I mean, if I were Neymar, I would look back and be like, could I have done more? Could I have been more disciplined? Could I have been more professional to have achieved some other things, So he went to PSG several years. He didn't win a Champions League. So how would you consider his time at PSG? So I think that headline for me is actually correct.
Wow. Well, drop your comments if you have any alternative or any other thoughts about this.
I have a different thought, Didon. I don't know if I can. Please, if you can let me chip in.
All right, quick one.
Okay. I find it very funny that you all are saying that, okay, because Neymar didn't win the World Cup, he didn't win the Copa America or something, that he didn't have a fulfilled career. I mean, or do we want to take away the Neymar who scored, the Neymar that was in Barcelona? Even if, yes, Lionel Messi might have been the bigger star, but please, I mean, when we remember that Messi, Suarez, that is still in history one of the deadliest attacking combos ever in European football because the frequency in which those guys were so lethal was unbelievable. It's something we hadn't seen. So how can we now come and say that that he didn't have a fulfilling career because of the World Cup and all of that? Even on the international stage, please. He has already surpassed Pele, and that in itself is a big deal because you look at even more celebrated strikers like Ronaldo de Lima, Romario, Rivaldo,
Rivaldo.
These guys did not come close to breaking Pele's record, but Neymar did. And let's also factor in it, like Okwe made mention, despite his injury problems and all, he has still been able to maintain this height of greatness. Yes, I can understand because there was a bit of this pressure on him when he came, like he was supposed to be the next best thing. But yes, he didn't reach it. But we can't still say because he didn't win the Ballon d'Or or something. Please, you should spare me that Ballon d'Or thought, because I think that is not even a yardstick to use. Look at the numbers in his career, the trophies he's won overall. A holistic look. That is an impressive career, and it is something that even some of the people who have been Ballon d'Or recipients have not even they've not had. So I mean, why would you say his career has been he didn't live up that he will live with regrets? How? You played for Barcelona and you moved to Paris Saint-Germain. Look at the players he played with here. He met Messi again. He played with Edison Cavani. He played with Kylian Mbappe. I mean, no. That's unfair. I mean, that's even ridiculous.
Just to add to what Kunle said, in this, I just feel it's that headline is so callous and it's so wicked. Whoever came up with that headline.
That's
I'm going to say the dilemma not winning the Champions League is an unfulfilled legacy. Ronaldo dilemma, how highly he was rated and how highly praised he was as the best.
Buffon never won the Champions League. Zlatan Ibrahimovic won the Champions League.
Yeah, and they all we can all say they had a fulfilled legacy. I just felt it's a hard one on Neymar. Just my opinion.
I think
very hard one.
I think the point here about this article is that Neymar was tipped from Brazil. I'm sorry, Prof. Neymar was tipped. I mean, it's just like you wondering Mbappe or Haaland retiring without the Ballon d'Or, despite all they have done right now. Would you look at it like they did, like with all the promise that they've shown? I mean, we're talking about the best player in the world right here. I'm not talking about anyone. Even Alexander Lev won a Champions League at Barcelona sitting on the bench. Anyone could win a Champions League. I'm talking about individual and personal achievements right now. He was the greatest at some point, but he never got to that level. You are saying Pele. If you go to Brazil now, I'm telling you, many Brazilian fans revere Pele. They can't revere Neymar the same way. Why? Because the same thing happened to Messi in Argentina until he won a World Cup. So they are not on the same level, despite the fact that he has broken Pele's record. They are not on the same level. Ronaldo, Neymar won a Ballon d'Or. They are not on the same level.
Too long. You said popularity contract.
Sorry, I just want to ask something. So, okay, Irie, so you are telling me, with what you've seen from Erling Haaland, are you now actually telling me that if Haaland never wins the Ballon d'Or in his career, despite the fact that we know that this guy is going to score lots of goals, because the way Haaland is going, he's probably even going to score maybe over 500 goals in his career, because I think he's presently on 2-something. The same with Mbappe. So are you now telling me that if they don't win the Ballon d'Or or something, or let's even look for Haaland, Mbappe has the World Cup. So are you telling me that with the way Erling Haaland's career is going, are you telling me that if Haaland doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, you will say he will look back and say he didn't have a fulfilled career? Is that what you are trying to tell me? No, if you are saying that, you are very wrong. You are absolutely wrong.
I think there's a long shot on this.
It's all about being the best in the world. That's what we are talking about. And I'm telling you that you and I would be surprised if Mbappe or Haaland don't end up being the best player in the world one day at this rate they are going. And that
are they not the best in the world at the moment? They are the best in the world at the moment now. So I don't understand.
What accolade do they have for that title you just tagged to them?
So until they win, all right,
guys. All right, guys. Because of our time, let's quickly talk about this. Robbie, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Do you think this paper talk I want you to talk about, that's England? Do they have what it takes to win the Euro 2024?
Well, I would say they have what it takes to win Euro 2024, and they also don't have what it takes to win Euro 2024. The reason why I'm saying this is because The reason why I'm saying that they have what it takes to win Euro 2024 is looking at the kind of talent that they have. They are blessed in every area of the field. In the goalkeeping department, they have Aaron Ramsdale, they have Pickford, they have the Newcastle goalkeeper, Nick Pope. And of course, if you are looking at the defense, they have more or less they have at least 2 talents or 3 talents per position. And if you're looking at for the midfield, they are not short of midfielders. And if you're talking of attackers, Harry Kane is the tip of the spear for the English national team. And of course, you have the likes of Bukayo Saka, and of course, you have Jude Bellingham coming from the midfield who can chip in the goals and of course cause as much havoc as possible. But now you're looking at the emergence of other teams in Europe. Portugal is very strong. France is very strong. Spain is an emerging force in the European scene. Germany, well, I think they are more or less trying to shed their old skin and of course put on a new one. So we don't know the kind of German team that will turn up next year, but they are also not devoid of talent. So looking at these would be contenders or would be stumbling blocks, this is one thing that England must find a way to navigate over if they want to get their hands on an European trophy that is for the first time in a very, very long time. England played against France in the quarterfinals of last year's World Cup, and we all saw how dominant the French were in that game. So for the Euro 2024, does England have a team that can win? I can tell you absolutely yes, they have a team that can win. Can they go all the way to win it? I doubt if they have the credentials to go all the way to win it because of these other teams who also have great talent and of course have a great squad coming into the tournament itself.
All right, thank you so much on that, Robbie. There's this paper talk as well too. Prof, I want to discuss or talk to us about the potential of Guardiola replace what's the name of this coach for Brighton football for the next level. Do you think
Roberto Zabi?
Roberto, yeah. Do you think it
Zabi,
can?
the potential? I mean, look, Guardiola has spoken highly of this man, Zabi, and we all know the impact he has made in a very short period in Brighton. Graham Potter did a fantastic job there, but he has taken it to a whole different level. Pep once alluded that they play the best football in the world, and I don't think he was gaslighting them. I don't think he was overhyping them. I think he was being sincere, because when you look at the way this man plays, with the quality of players that he has, you just want to imagine what he can do with more quality, with bigger players. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's definitely destined for the top, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to be the replacement of Pep. I was always thinking it was going to be Arteta, because of the Arteta's relationship with City in the past. But this man wouldn't be too bad an idea to replace Pep when he eventually leaves Man City. So yeah.
All right. Also,
Didon, please, can I quickly chip in something?
About
replacing Pep Guardiola.
I know the question.
No,
I know what you want to say. Whether you want this guy to replace Eric Ten Hag.
No. That's not where I'm going to. That's not where I'm going. No, because it's actually very funny that sometimes when a manager comes out and talk about a particular, maybe his opponent for the next game, and then the media, the journalists will like carrying, then start doing, probably he is the next one to replace him in the future. Same thing was said of Roger Brenda of Leicester City. Then when Leicester City did well, and the next story we heard, the next rumor going around on the media was he will be the one to replace Pep Guardiola. So all this buying of this thing, it doesn't actually make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And please, I want to chip in on Neymar also. Lewandowski, a great player, has won Champions League. He has won league title with Bayern, but he has not won the Ballon d'Or before. So are you going to say maybe if he has an injury before and he ended his career without winning the Ballon d'Or, will that be the same headline the press will use? So will you say he has an unfulfilled legacy? It doesn't make sense.
Thank you, Margaret.
It's funny how we are all getting this thing twisted. was Lewandowski. Did you know Lewandowski at 19? Did you know him when he was 18 years of age? You didn't even know who Lewandowski was. He was unknown. We're talking about
God bless you.
17 years. I don't know how
God bless you.
This is so straightforward.
I think
Neymar has injury problem. During his, I think he has had more injury than even than more injury than his career. When you look at his career put together,
when he was 16, was he getting injured? When he was 16 and he was lighting,
not all players reach their potential at that age.
The Brazilian league,
all players Ronaldo or Messi. Not all players reach their potential. I am going to list out players that from 18, 16, they were saying they are going to be the world best, and then today what happened? What happened to them? Nothing.
That's what the
they've not gone far. They've not gone anywhere in their career.
All right, Robbie.
Right? Injury has hindered them, but he has an incredible talent and a very uncommon talent was Neymar. If you look at Neymar, you know that this guy is destined for the very top. There are levels to this thing. He's not the Lewandowski. The kind of talent that the Almighty or whoever gave him that talent gave it to him. He's an incredible talent. It's uncommon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
In fact, Robbie, I want you to chip into something about that Neymar too.
Injuries have contributed to what has hindered his legacy. So yes, I think the headline is correct. I think it's a legacy on foot because he should be winning the Ballon d'Or. Neymar, he should.
Wait,
not all players Not all players.
Yeah, hold on. Robbie, do you think?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Don. Look at the trajectory of the career of Pele. When the Pele start playing for the national team, you can put the trajectory side by side as regards Pele. Pele became known at a very relatively young age in Brazil, just the same way Neymar was known at a relatively young age in Brazil. Have you gone back to look at the clips of what Neymar did in the Brazilian league and what he did to defenders? And you begin to understand what this headline is about. Yes, everybody is dancing around the fact that he is the highest goal scorer in Brazilian football history. How many World Cups has he won? He cannot even sit at the foot of the throne of Pele, because Pele even won the World Cup at a very, very young age. So what are we talking about here? How many goals has he scored? Has Neymar even scored up to 500 goals? He hasn't even scored that. For Pele, he was reported to have scored over 1,000 goals. So for the headline coming to say that he did not fulfill talent, then we all are saying that okay, he won this, he won that. In all the leagues he played, was he the top scorer? Was he the top goal scorer in all the leagues he played? Let us begin to ask. Suarez was once upon a time the league goal scorer in La Liga. Messi was once upon a time the league goal scorer in La Liga. Suarez left Barcelona, he went to Atletico Madrid, and he was also the league goal scorer the season they won the league there. So for Neymar, looking at his trajectory in Barcelona, looking at his trajectory in PSG, what exactly has he done significantly to change the atmosphere and, of course, change the narrative of the team? The UEFA Champions League final that he got with PSG, what did he do? Nothing. So everybody's opinion is different on the issue. But for me, I agree 100% with the headline. He did not fulfill the promise that we all saw when he was between the ages of 15 and 16, because he was touted as more or less the prince of the whole world, which he did not live up to the heading.
So please, Didon, I want to put something open to people here. Look, Neymar has scored 360 goals in 589 appearances at club level, and he has scored 79 in 128 appearances for Brazil. If these figures are not enough to justify that somebody has a fulfilled career, honestly, I don't know what it is, because all these ones that you are making mention of, you are saying
how many goals did Pele score? How many goals did Pele score in his club career?
Look, I think this is where the problem. I think this is where the problem. You people, and I think that's the problem. Wait, bro. You people are having expectations. Wait, prof. You guys, because there was a picture, so people painted a picture of Neymar that he was going to be the next best thing in the world, with comparing him with Pele and everything, because he saw this. So because, okay, at the end of the day, he didn't now meet, it now means it's as if we are the ones who are trying to spin the narrative to determine who is great or not. And I think that is not, because it means we are using our own emotions and our feelings. Yeah. When there are clearly stats that show that this guy had an incredible career, when you look at his goals, assists, contributions, you look at his trophy haul, at least those are the facts. But okay, so because he didn't now do well in the World Cup, okay, he didn't win the Champions League with PSG, so okay, but he won it in this thing. So because he didn't win the top goal scorer, but you all forget that he played under the shadows of the likes of Lionel Messi, who was always going to score more goals than him. He met an Edison Cavani. He met an Edison Cavani in PSG, who was still at the prime of his career, and who obviously was an out and out number 9. So because maybe Neymar never scored more than Edison Cavani, so that means automatically Neymar did not have a career. Come on.
Let me help you out here. I want the panelists to help us bring out any player that they've labeled against a great player, like in the sense the next Ronaldo, the next Messi, the next Romario. Danielson was touted the next Romario, if I'm not mistaken. Give us a fact where a player has been touted to be the next big thing and they get to be it. And I'm going to, just follow Kunle's line of thoughts. Whoever tagged Neymar as the next Pele or as the next big thing was doing it based on what they saw in the Brazilian league. We weren't seeing Brazilian league. We're just hearing rumors, or we're just not rumors. We're hearing information about there is a certain player somewhere who can be touted to be the next big thing in Brazil. And however, everybody's career, it's not the same. The period when Pele played, football wasn't as competitive as it is now. I think we need to put all those mitigating circumstances if we're doing a comparative analysis. In the early 90s, in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, you would see Uruguay winning the World Cup back-to-back, Brazil and all that. Football wasn't competitive. The number of countries represented at the World Cup there were minimal. Even in the Brazilian league, how many clubs? Santos was the next big thing in Brazil. So where was the competition? And I feel for a player that came out of Brazil, did well in Santos, now came into Europe, played well in Europe, and there is this certain analogy about Brazilian players, and whenever they leave the Brazilian league, they find it difficult. A few of them have come to Europe and conquered, and Neymar is one of them. For him not to have achieved what he was branded over or compared to at that time, for him not to get to that level, I just feel, for me, in your personal opinion, is harsh. And when we want to do this comparative analysis, we should look at things intricately. And I back Kunle's assertion as well, and I support him.
All right,
please, not just that. I want you guys to remember a certain Jack Wilshere.
You see what you call now.
A certain Jack Wilshere. Please, a certain Jack Wilshere. He was, everybody were looking up to him. He's going to be great. What happened to him? And then we have a Paul Pogba. What happened to him? Ravel Morrison, a youth player in Manchester United. He was already, the whole world was like, this is one of the best player, one of the coming out, is going to be great. What happened to him? Today, right now, he's just looking for where he can actually kick football. And then we have Atsu. They were saying he's the next Messi. Where he's on loan at Brighton. So sometimes when you're comparing this player, I want to ask, was the whole of Brazil waiting for Neymar? Was the whole of Brazil?
She's saying the same thing now. She's saying the same thing we're saying.
I can also mention plenty of names. Freddie Adu.
So why must Neymar's home be different? Why must Neymar home? Why must his home after he has not had a fulfilled legacy?
All right. Just give me.
We can all have our opinions on this. I think this should have been a debate. It should have been a debate topic.
I tell you. All right, I'm looking at that. Okay, you said 30 seconds. Go for it, bro.
So yes, quickly, all those players that Margaret mentioned, Margaret, no disrespect to those players, but they are not on the level of Neymar. Let's be honest. Neymar is put on a separate spectacle and a separate spotlight because looking at his talent, simply just meant to deliver to Brazil, deliver to the Seleção. So he's on a different class compared to those players. But why I am saying and why Isankuli are saying the same thing is because when you look at all he has achieved, it is quite very much unfair to just say it's an unfulfilled legacy because of one major trophy, which is international. At club level, he delivered. He's not even a striker, but he's number 4 on the all-time top goal scorers chart for PSG. So, I mean, it's quite unfair. Yeah, he didn't deliver Seleção the World Cup and Copa America. It's not his fault. Look at the way he plays. So many injuries. He has achieved so more individually compared to
that'll be next time because of our time. We want to talk about the London Derby, which is people wants to hear the analysis, the preview, and everything. That will make us to go to onto the next. That's the fixtures we have. Game 9. I'm telling you, it's going to go down. Liverpool will first of all lose tomorrow. Oh, sorry. Liverpool versus Everton. Anyway, can talk now.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Let me talk now. Tomorrow is Saturday, 21st of October. Liverpool will be hosting Everton, the first game for tomorrow. And also, Wolves will be traveling all the way to Bournemouth. And the third game will be Burnley. Also, traveling all the way to Brentford. Man City, another fantastic game versus Brighton. Newcastle also welcome Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest as well will be hosting Luton. The derby, that game where all eyes will be upon on Saturday, 12:30 Eastern Time. That's Chelsea welcoming Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge, which we're going to discuss. Sheffield United will be losing to Manchester United tomorrow. Oh, yes, I can say that categorically. I'll be back great.
To Onana.
They go shock now tomorrow. They go shock tomorrow.
I'm talking about Sheffield United.
Sheffield. See, this would be like last season after World Cup. United now, they run, they go. That is what we have. I am not going to say much because the star games are Liverpool, Everton, and Arsenal, Chelsea. Those two derbies. So for now, I don't think we'll say much about Sheffield United. Sheffield United have not won any game, so they can't just come and beat United. No. So that's the 3 points for United. 3 points, and United are going to see. You guys are going to see fantastic football that you've never seen before. That's what United are doing.
Your plan?
3 points.
I mean, fantastic,
All right, on Sunday, Aston Villa will be welcoming West Ham. That's the only game. And on Monday, Spurs versus Fulham. And we're going to talk about this big game. That's
another London derby.
Another London derby. Yeah, of course, yes. So Chelsea, Arsenal. That will take us to that game. Let me read this comment from Michael Akita. It's a wrong day not to be on the studio. Oh my goodness, we miss you, Mark. Wow. Oh, that's Mark. All right. Let's start with Liverpool, Everton. I rate tomorrow the first game, Liverpool versus Everton. It's a derby.
Is that a derby?
That should be a derby.
It's more of a one-sided derby nowadays, honestly. Because,
I'm telling you, we always beat them now.
Klopp has only lost once in 15 against Everton. He's won like 10 or something, so it's getting ridiculous. But Everton are coming to Anfield. Honestly, I don't even expect a draw. I mean, the crowd will be up for it. There would be tackles flying in as usual. Probably even a red card in the game. But I think it's a game Liverpool should win and get 3 points. But on the other hand, we have some good and bad news coming from the team. Robertson, we don't know how long he'll be out for right now, but we know he won't be available for tomorrow. So Tsimikas will be filling in at left back. Also, we have some good news on Gakpo. All of a sudden, Gakpo is back in training. He trained yesterday, so he will be joining the team. So I think Klopp has a selection to make. I wasn't so happy that Darwin Núñez had to play, I think, 180 minutes for Uruguay. He's back now and I think he has some fitness issues and he might not be fit to start. And Luis Diaz as well. And so we might see maybe Gakpo, Salah, and Jota starting up front tomorrow. And also Klopp has some selections to make for his midfield. McAllister has been criticized so far playing as a DMF. He wasn't great against Brighton and some other games this season. So maybe it's time to bring in Endo. Klopp brought him in. Him and his sporting director that he brought from Germany. So he has to play him. He's responsible for him. And play McAllister in his favored position, because playing in that position is not working for him or the team so far. The defense are really, really exposed. No protection in front of them. So I think we need a DMF, a solid DMF in that position. So, but I expect McAllister, Endo, and Szoboszlai to start in midfield. And Konate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, and Alexander-Arnold at the back. So I think we should have, enough to get the win over Everton. 3 points. Over the last 2 games, we've had a draw and a loss, bearing the fact that it's in controversial circumstances, but we have to pick it up. We are playing at Anfield and nothing less than a win will suffice for us. On the other hand, we have to think about why Liverpool has been put in first for games, especially lunchtime games. It's been 14 times since the start of last season. And the next team to have games in early kickoff is Tottenham at 6. That is a huge gap. So I really don't know. I mean, we see Klopp say these things and we're like, oh, Klopp is complaining again. It's something is wrong somewhere. If people are saying, oh, maybe it's the broadcasters want Liverpool to play early because we have fans in Asia and because of the timing and all that. But Liverpool are not the only big team in the Premier League, right? So something has to be done. The next international break in November, again, Liverpool is playing early kickoff on Saturday. And this time it's against Man City. Why would you have such a big game?
Such a big game.
As the first game right after the international break, with Liverpool being involved again. So, for me, honestly, Klopp has the point saying this. It's getting ridiculous that Liverpool are always getting that time slot right after the international break. So, but with all said and done, I still expect nothing less than 3 points at Anfield tomorrow against Everton.
All right, that's 3 points. You can see the Beraga FC. I'm talking about Liverpool.
I see Klopp. I see Klopp excuse. If anything goes short of a win, tomorrow, I see Klopp already making an excuse already because the excuse is ready. And this is Liverpool. Liverpool needs to win that game so that we will not hear excuse from Klopp.
Well,
but his excuse is valid, right? Isn't it? It's valid.
It's valid.
So, I mean, we have to, if we take a look at the numbers, it's valid.
Fixtures are laid out before the season begins, though timing changed because of TV rights and all that. But I don't think that should be. Everybody knows the fixtures in the EPL starts from lunchtime, which is 12:30 or 1:30, regardless of whatever the time is. So I'm sure managers should be ready to prepare their players to go in for any. Look at Manchester United now. Manchester United game tomorrow is 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
I'll take that. I would love that as a manager, honestly.
I just feel Klopp should just, keep the excuse aside, play the game and let's enjoy.
Yes,
I
Robbie.
understand you. It's easier said than done. That's just what I'm saying. Because like you said, Man U is playing 8 o'clock right after the international break. You have players flying in from South America who have only just gotten back on Thursday. So everyone will want that extra time, for his players to get ready and prepare for the game. So in as much as, we tag it as an excuse, I think it's a valid one. And there is no balance there if you look at those numbers.
At all.
I mean, Liverpool is not the only team in the Premier League. So why do we always have to have that first slot? So I think something has to be done.
I think all this Nottingham Forest and Luton should be the ones starting all this I mean,
I think they want a big game as the first slot.
Come on now.
One of the big teams. But Liverpool is not the only big team in the Premier League.
Yeah,
why should we always be Liverpool?
I rate Novex. I'll talk to the head of the FA on your behalf.
All right, Robbie, you are going to talk about this game: Bournemouth versus Wolves, and also Brentford versus Burnley. Burnley is struggling at the moment. So, Robbie, over to you on Bournemouth versus Wolves. And
for Bournemouth, okay. For Bournemouth Wolves, I think that game is the game of strugglers for Wolverhampton Wanderers. They have not been able to hit the ground running, and of course, yes, they blow hot and cold sometimes. The match against United, they almost took United heads off, but in subsequent games, they just faded away. And of course, for Bournemouth as well. They also have not been able to show the true potential of what that team is about. And I think tomorrow for either of those teams, 3 points is a must. And 3 points is very, very, very important. Because right now, you want to pick up 3 points against average teams, looking into January when every point will count against that battle for relegation. So I think for both sides tomorrow, the side that is adventurous of either of the two of them will be able to pick maximum points. But if the two of them actually come up with their A game, they might walk away with a point at least, which I don't think is a bad one for any team coming out of the international break. But as it is right now, they have to start putting those points on the board to avoid the scramble for relegation at the end of the season.
Yes. Also, Sheye, are you still there? All right, Sheye, I can't hear you, Sheye.
Yeah, I'm here, Don.
Yeah, about this Man City, right now Man City, they are struggling. I mean, this is a chance for them to bounce back. Do you see them bouncing back in this game? Another cracking game on Saturday. That's Man City versus Brighton. Over to you, Sheye, on this.
Well, this one should be a high-scoring game, to be honest, because I think both teams like to be slightly expansive, particularly Brighton. Mm-hmm. I think in their last away game, they were hammered by Aston Villa. And I don't think there's going to be someone who wants to change how his team plays. They will still be open. They will still want to press high up the pitch. We saw them force a couple of mistakes against Liverpool a couple of weeks back, and that's how they want to play. We also saw them make mistakes playing out from the back. I think Liverpool scored 1 or 2 goals from such situations. So, Man City are a very good pressing side, so they want to take advantage of those mistakes. Yeah. Rodri is back for Man City, so obviously that gives them the required steal and control in midfield. And obviously, Haaland is the guy we need to watch, because in recent weeks against Wolves and against Arsenal, he barely got a kick in front of goal. I think the chance creation was actually quite underwhelming. So let's see if his teammates are able to fashion chances for him against Brighton. I think they will, because due to Brighton's openness without the ball at times, and due to their eye line, that gives Haaland, at least on paper, it gives him a chance to punish the defense of Brighton. So I foresee a high-scoring game. Man City, I think, have lost 3 games in a row. So, or they've lost every game already been played. They've lost 2 league games in succession. So I don't expect Brighton to get 3 points at the Etihad tomorrow.
Wow! So what's your score line on that? Do you think Man City will blow them? Will blow Brighton?
3-1 Man City.
Wow. All right, 3-1 Man City. People are listening to you right there. Prof, on this game, Man City. Prof, what do you think about this game? Man City, they are struggling at the moment, but I think Rodri is back. Can they get their mojo back?
Look, we've always said, we've made arguments on this show about how important in football one single player is. It's 11 players on the pitch, but you can't sometimes underestimate the importance of a player, especially a DMF like Rodri, who keeps it ticking. The way Man City play is a very, very important factor, and it's not rocket science that he lost 3 games, he missed 3 games, and City lost the whole 3. So, like Sheye said, it's going to be an open game. Zerbi would not sit back for anyone. He will come to Etihad and want to play his style. and that somehow suits Man City as well. So look, at this moment in time, Pep is a wounded lion. Arsenal have just gotten one over him, and anytime that happens, you expect Pep to go back into the drawing board, and we can see something like maybe a 1-7-2 formation or something for Arteta to copy next season. So you just wait and see what Pep is going to do, because I think he's going to come up with something and to turn around the corner in this Man City side.
All right, Prof. What type of slide dig are you doing at Arsenal? I don't understand. What sort of slide dig are you taking at my team and your coach? What exactly you said? Oh, an Arsenal.
Oh my goodness!
When we look at
we won the match fair and square, and we got
Arsenal people now.
They don't agree. Arsenal people don't agree.
My coach will copy next season.
I don't say now go win the league. Make una calm down. People know.
Una go win.
You don't say.
She said, "Mate, I'm just trying to copy Pep." So what's the big deal? If somebody evolves football and brings in something great, any smart thing you can take it. What's the meaning of all this slide dig at my?
Oh my God! Don't vex. No vex. Emma win league. No vex. You go win.
Do you see? Please let me say something about this City and Brighton's game. I know that a lot of people, just because Rodri won't be playing, I think he will sit his last suspension, and then secondly,
he will be playing. Rodri will be playing.
No,
Rodri will be
he won't
playing.
play. He's not playing. He was not playing.
He will play.
He has been 3 games. It's 3 games. He'll play.
Check. Okay, we'll till tomorrow then. Now let's look at the last time Pep and City ever lost 3 times in a row was way back in 2018. So I am not going to see Pep Guardiola losing 3 games in a row. It's not possible.
If that happens, they should sack him.
No, it's not up to that now. It's not up to that.
I'm just joking.
But you see, Arsenal derby, honestly, I believe that for people who are just looking at that game, let's just, Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans shouldn't just hope for 3 points. They should just hope for a draw, because I feel that is what it might just end in a draw. In of recent time, Arsenal have actually had that hedge over Chelsea. They have been winning Chelsea over and over. It's not like under Mourinho where Arsenal were Chelsea's baby, where they keep beating them. Drogba keeps scoring, turning them to training ground. But at least now, of recent, Arsenal have actually woken up. They've like, Chelsea, you can't do this to me. You can't come to Emirates. And they also have the biggest derby wins in the history of derbies being played. I think Arsenal have the biggest home derby win. So I think the derby is going to be in their favor, or it might just end in a draw.
All right, we get there. I'm going to start with the hold on, it's a little bit. Just hold on. I'm going to start with these Chelsea fans on this channel. I'm going to ask this question. So let me put this one up. Who needs this win more, Chelsea or Arsenal? Let me start with you, Sheye. Sheye, on this one, who need this win pass?
I think it depends on how you're looking at the question.
Yeah.
I don't think a loss for either side will be detrimental to their targets this season. I think even though you might say Chelsea are targeting a top 4, top 5 position, I don't think a loss to Arsenal, of course, for bragging rights and wanting to at least end the run of losses against Arsenal, it's good for them to win. But if they lose tomorrow, I don't think you would say they can't make the top 4 or top 5 anymore. But of course, you don't want the gap that has opened slightly in recent weeks to keep widening. So you might say Chelsea, if Arsenal lose tomorrow, you won't say they're out of title contention. There's still about 30 games to play. So
yeah,
I would slightly edge towards Chelsea, because obviously you don't want the top 4, top 5 to run away from you going into the busy December period.
Yeah, after spending all those money.
And the fact that after Arsenal, they face a tough run of games. I think this starts a run that includes, I think, Newcastle, Brighton, Man City, Man U, and Spurs. So if they win the Arsenal game, that gives them much needed confidence. And we know they did not win any of the so-called big sides last season. So I just think it's a game that, for psychological advantage, Chelsea needs to win this one more, unlike Arsenal.
All right, that's that. I'm going to ask an Arsenal fan. I'm going to ask you on this one. Who needs this win more, from your point of view? Is it Arsenal or Chelsea?
Yeah, from my own point of view, I think Arsenal needs it more, because looking at the last fixture they played, winning the treble winners, that's the champion in England, in Europe, and in whatever, winning them and coming to this fixture, losing or dropping points is going to be disastrous, because whatever plan any team has, I'm sure everybody has a plan into the season, and the plan for Arsenal is at the beginning of the season is to see how they can contend for the title, and beating Man City in the last fixture, and Arteta finally getting the Guardiola monkey off his back gives an impetus into this London derby. And as Margaret said, the past games, I think the last time Arsenal lost at the Stamford Bridge is 2018, and ever since Arteta took over as the manager of Arsenal, he hasn't lost at Stamford Bridge. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough game, in the sense that Chelsea definitely would want to stand up. They are home. They would want to, also they've been on the back of winning 3 games, and they've been on the winning form. Unfortunately, the international break distorted that. Also, unfortunately for Arsenal, the win over Man City, the momentum they would have gotten from there distorted that as well. The international break distorted that. So for me, I think Arsenal needs this win the more, looking at their ambition, looking at their hopes into the season. After what happened last season, losing marginally to Man City, and also this season gaining one over Man City by winning. Like I mentioned on the platform, I was that if Arsenal had won out of the 2 fixtures last season, who knows, the momentum could have tilted to them, running in for that title. But Manchester City doing a double over them last season was a hard one. And them winning Man City in one of the fixtures this season already gives them a good advantage. And if they can go on to handle, and if you see, last season, Arteta had an incredible record against the London side, even in continuation into the season. He didn't lose any of the 10 games against the London side. He's continued this season already. He's played 2 already, which is Fulham and Crystal Palace. Still hasn't lost. And I think Nottingham Forest too. I don't know if they're in London as well, if they are counted as well. One Nottingham Forest already. So it is going to, Nottingham Forest is not part of them, but the major core London club, he didn't lose. And I feel if they can take that momentum, Arsenal has what it takes to defeat Chelsea tomorrow. And they need to win them.
All right, let me ask another neutral fans who need this win more.
Yeah, I just want to quickly.
Yeah, I'm still coming to you, Prof. Kunle, can you tell me, on a neutral note, which of this team need this important win? 3 points. Is it Chelsea?
I think definitely it's Chelsea that needs it, because I think I would say for at least since last season, Arsenal have been a better side than Chelsea overall, as far as the Premier League is concerned. So, even if yes, I know maybe when they met last season, maybe they played a draw. So I think Chelsea beat them. I think Arsenal beat them last season, but I think Chelsea need it because the season hasn't gone as according to plan as they would have liked, because Chelsea spent a lot. Yes, a lot of players actually injured, but at the end of the day, nobody cares about that excuse. So Arsenal have still remained unbeaten, so they are the favorite to win the game, right? So I think Chelsea needs it more. I'm sorry, Arsenal needs Chelsea needs it more than Arsenal.
All right, so that means Chelsea is going to win tomorrow. Shey, ba?
I would see that.
Win fire. Win fire.
All right. Where could I don't kill me? Now let's move on to this one. I'm going to call on Okwe on this one to give us the insight of what is going on at the Emirates. The Chelsea, Arsenal camp. What do you think? What's going on? What should we be expecting? Who is going to make up the lineup? Over to you, okay, on this one.
Well, first of all, Mikel Arteta has not given too much away after his press conference. There are still question marks over the full fitness of Bukayo Saka and William Saliba. And, he basically said that Saliba has had a niggling injury for about 4 weeks now, which he has been playing with. But the question is he fit enough to continue with this, with the injury? He was able to do it against Manchester City. He didn't go for the international break with France, so maybe he's fit now. But the major word from the boss is that, both Saka and Saliba had a late fitness test today, and they would know if they will be fully fit to play tomorrow. In my own opinion, I think Arsenal were able to play without Bukayo Saka against Manchester City and were able to get 3 points. If he's not fully fit, I do not expect Arteta to rush him back into the team. I think he should be rested, and if he's not able to play, he should recover properly and be ready for the next game. But aside that, I think those are the two major worries. Leandro Trossard is out for a considerable period of time. I don't expect him to be on the bench tomorrow. So aside that, we should have our usual starting 11. Definitely, when I say the usual starting 11, I mean David Raya behind Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba. If Saliba is not playing, I think we might just see Thomas Partey play at right back. It is possible. Partey played 90 minutes within 2 games for Ghana over the international break. The Arsenal physio was with him, so definitely he has been looked after. But I don't know if Thomas Partey is fit enough to play 60 minutes of football. So Mikel Arteta might as well go for the same formation against Manchester City and start Jorginho ahead of Partey, so that Arsenal can finish the game strongly. On the left wing as well, that would be another conversation. Gabriel Martinelli is obviously not back to full fitness either, as you saw against Manchester City. His first game after 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So Arsenal have options. That's the good thing for me. They've got quality on the bench. They've got quality ready to play. So irrespective of whoever is fielded for Arsenal, you expect them to get to the game with the same mentality and to try and get 3 points at Stamford Bridge. They've been able to do that for the past 2 seasons, so hopefully that continues.
All right, I'm going to switch over to Chelsea, who is hosting Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge. Prof, on this one, what should we be expecting from your side? That's Chelsea, the lineup.
Yeah.
What should we be expecting? Over to you, Prof, on this one.
Yeah, thank you very much. But quickly, I'll touch on the first question about who needs it more. I think I agree 100% with Ace. I think Arsenal needs this game more, because of what is at stake. I think it's very fine margins when you're dealing with
Man City. Title favorites, Abi.
As one of the title favorites, exactly. So
yes.
So when you're dealing with Man City, it's fine margins. You can't afford to beat them one week and then lose to Chelsea, who are at this moment in time, building for the future. So and then you also have Liverpool in that mix as well. So it's not just a 2-horse race as it was last season. It's now almost like new people to come in. Liverpool is there. I know Spurs will fade out at some point, but then they're there. They're still there at the moment. So you have all these people to contend with. So you cannot lose to Chelsea. So I think Arsenal needs this game more. And then to Chelsea, the team news. Rhys James has been training, which is always good to see.
He's back.
That boy. Yes, he's back, but he might not.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yahoo player.
On his day, he's
oh my goodness.
But it was good seeing him walking out to the training pitch today, but I don't think he will play. So, but he's back. He's back. If he doesn't feature against Arsenal, I think he'll be on the bench. It's a good morale for the boys. He led them out today to the training ground. Caicedo and Enzo, they had long trips to South America, but the doctors passed them fit to be able to play the game. Armando Broja suffered a little issue with his knee, so I think he'll be out for this game. Pochettino says he won't make it. Nicholas Jackson is being assessed as well because he came back, returned early back to Stamford Bridge from international competition. So he's also being assessed. Pretty much that. Bernard Badiashile is also back and ready to go. Malo Gusto has finished his 3 games suspension and is also back to play against Arsenal. So I think the boys are ready. I have a good feeling about this one. I think Chelsea are about to, end Arsenal's unbeaten in the Premier League. I have a strong feeling about that. It's gonna happen. For the team team news, I expect Gusto to start
I'm coming to that team news because this is the next thing I want to display. But I'm going to start with the probable lineup for Arsenal. Ayiz and Okwe should help us on this one. So which goalkeeper? Because there's issue about this goalkeeper. Goalkeeping department in.
There's no issue. It's the media and all of that.
Tell us.
I feel that there's an issue. There's no issue. David Raya is clearly Mikel Arteta's number 1 goalkeeper.
For real?
That way till Ramsdale steps up. It's as simple as that.
For real?
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. When Okwe says steps up, what do you mean Ramsdale should step up? Step up to where?
So, in my own opinion, the only thing lacking from Ramsdale's gameplay is just that composure. The difference between Raya, or rather what Raya adds to the team that Ramsdale doesn't, is that composure when he's able to come out from his space and become one of the defenders, basically, and ping those balls. That's what Ramsdale just lacks. That's the only thing that he lacks. If he remains humble and he's able to work on his composure, and I think it's just about his age and his personality. Ramsdale is someone who is very energetic, someone who is even going to interact with the crowd while he's even playing. But when you are playing in that position, the type of ball playing goalkeeper that you are, you need to be focused for 110% and for 90 minutes. Ramsdale is younger. If he's able to get composure into his game, he will definitely play longer years for Arsenal. Raya is already 28 years old. Ramsdale just turned 23.
But okay, I'm going to ask you one question about this.
Many more years ahead.
Those 2 goalkeepers. Do you think Ramsdale will be happy with this situation, sitting on the bench?
Of course he's not happy. He has given many.
Don't you think he's going to go?
Nobody's going to be happy sitting on the bench. But when challenges come your way, what do? You need to rise to the occasion, not drop down. So,
in my own opinion, I think it's quite unfortunate that he's been dropped. I don't think he has anything wrong. And Raya himself, apart from his composure, I don't think he has been so convincing so far. In my own opinion, he had some shaky moments against Man City. So I think it's unfair that Ramsdale is dropped, but at the end of the day, we saw the same happen to Joe Hart at Man City. So it's Arteta's call. If it goes,
you're right. You're right, because for me, I think it's a problem that he didn't need to solve. And it's almost like I don't want to mention Kai Havertz too much again, but it's almost like you're bringing a problem you didn't have. Because I want to say to you that you wouldn't have said that Raya was better than Ramsdale last season. I don't think you would have said it. I didn't hear complaints.
I would have always said it. David Raya is a better goalkeeper than Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah. Why?
I didn't hear
Let me make my points. Let me make my points. Please.
Justice for Ramsdale.
Let me make my points, please.
Free Ramsdale. Free him.
David Raya has been playing as a ball-playing goalkeeper for the entirety of his career. Back when he had a spell at Blackburn Rovers, he has always been a ball-playing goalkeeper, and he has improved over the years. Yeah, he had more saves compared to Ramsdale last season because obviously Ramsdale
we can all see that goalkeeping is not all about
goalkeepers keep getting better.
It's not about Ramsdale.
Ramsdale is not at his best yet, and he will only get better. That's why I said if Ramsdale remains with Arsenal and adds composure to that side of his game, he will be much better. Looking at it, to be honest, let's not be biased. Raya coming in, he made things better for the back three that Arsenal goes into when they go forward. A lot of times, Ramsdale sometimes gets caught sleeping. That's why he considered the goal against Sporting Lisbon last season at the Europa League. And that's one of the reasons why we also conceded an early goal against Fulham after Saka gave a back pass. Quite all right, Saka was to blame. But if Ramsdale was in the correct position he was meant to be while playing out, we wouldn't have considered that goal. So in my own opinion, Raya right now has the edge over Ramsdale simply because of composure.
So just to add to what Okwe said, I know a lot of people, emotions will come in here, and as a manager, the number one thing you need to control or to have control is to be ruthless. And I like what Arteta is doing. He's been ruthless. And he said it from the beginning of the season that nobody ends or nobody would earn a starting shirt. You have to fight for it. But there were some instances last season that happened that would have left Arteta scratching his head. Instance against the silly mistakes Ramsdale keep making, i.e. the typical one against Southampton at the Emirates. Imagine if that early goal that Southampton scored, those were part of the games that made us drop points, if we look at it clinically. And even Okpe mentioned against Sporting Lisbon in the Europa Cup or in the Europa League. So this would have left Arteta scratching his head and said, how do I solve this problem? For me, really, it tilts towards the part of Ramsdale being a better goalkeeper. If a better goalkeeper is brought in to compete with you, and is Arteta's call, he will live by it or die by it. But with what I can see, I think it has given Arsenal more room to be better in terms of fluidity, shape, playing from the back, as compared to Ramsdale being in goal.
No doubt. Okay, no problem. On the left side, which player will you be expecting to file out tomorrow?
It's going to be Zinchenko, but for me, if I were to be Arteta, I would start Tomiyasu, really, because I feel Tomiyasu has more steel, defensive-wise. Yep. And also, Tomiyasu has also been learning the trade on how to, invert into the midfield. Zinchenko is a suspect, and Chelsea would want to have, looking at the way Chelsea plays, they like to play transition game, with Caicedo and Fernandes sitting deep, leading the play. They would want to play, they like to hold the width as well. And you have someone in Modric who is a blistering runner, even if he's raw, don't have that. He's not refined yet, but he has that blistering power in terms of pace. Yeah. And we have a Sterling as well that has picked form this season. We have to give him his flowers. He's picked form this season. And leaving a Zinchenko in that place for starting the game, because I know with what I'm saying, Chelsea want to start on the front foot. Chelsea wouldn't want to give Arsenal, Chelsea wouldn't want to yield control to Arsenal. They want to hit Arsenal, pile the pressure, get the goal, get the early goal, possibly get 2 goals. That could be their plan. Who knows? But they would not want to yield control to Arsenal. So, and I'm sure they will want to target that weak spot. Yeah. Teams last season targeted that left side, and I think it's high time Arteta learned his lesson to, at times, bench Zinchenko. You have a Tomiyasu that can play that left full back well, or left wing back, either way. So I would prefer Tomiyasu, but Arteta will go for Zinchenko.
All right, I'm putting Zinchenko there. But what about the right back? Ben White, right?
Ben White, yeah. Ben White, yeah.
All right, the 2 centre back. Saliba, I think it was 75% chances of playing Saliba.
So it will be Saliba, Gabriel. Saliba, yeah, he will. Oh, Saliba on the right side of the central defense and Gabriel on the left side of the central defense.
All right, Saliba. All right. Okay, into the midfield. Rice.
I'll leave that.
Okay.
I think Arteta will go for Jorginho and Rice. He will go for Jorginho and Rice and bring in Partey later in the game. Don't be surprised if Tomiyasu does start. Just like Tomiyasu started. You might find Tomiyasu at left back or right back. Against Lens, he benched Ben White to start Tomiyasu because of El Yawahi. And considering the attacking threat on the flanks, don't be surprised if Tomiyasu starts tomorrow. But the midfield pairing, I believe it will be Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard.
Odegaard. So I'm putting Odegaard here, right? Odegaard. All right. On the left side.
On the left side, I think we would see Gabriel Jesus there.
Really?
It will be Gabriel Jesus, Nketiah, and Saka. Judging from what Arteta said, I think he was just being cheeky. Yes. He doesn't want to give too much away, and I think Jesus would start ahead of Martinelli. I don't think Martinelli is fit enough to start a game, and considering the fact that Arteta does want to win the game, he would not want to put all his cards in at once. And so I think Saka will Trossard is injured.
No, is Trossard injured?
Yes,
I didn't hear Trossard being injured.
So it might most likely will be Gabriel Jesus on that left wing.
Okay.
Ketia through the middle and Saka on the right.
All right, Gabriel Jesus on the. Do you think Saka will play?
Yeah, definitely Saka is going to start.
All right, on the Nketiah, right?
Nketiah. Yeah, Nketiah.
Nketiah. All right, that's the starting lineup.
I wouldn't even want Saka to start really because I wouldn't want Saka to start because no, for me the positive in the game against Manchester City shows that we can win without Bukayo Saka, and the over reliance on Saka is what really affected us last season. I think Arteta should trust the other players as well. If a Martinelli is fit, why don't you start Martinelli, bench Saka? Say Saka can come in at the end of the game or towards the tail end of the game to change the game, because I know there will be tired legs in there. So if you bring in a Saka at that time, definitely he has impact on the way Arsenal play, and look for chances, create chances, assist, and even score by himself. So I would prefer Martinelli to even start because Martinelli didn't join Brazil. So Martinelli could. I don't know if he joined Brazil because I didn't really follow any of this international break. I didn't really follow it. Martinelli could start Gabriel Jesus on the right hand side and start possibly. Who knows?
All right, let's move on to Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm putting my money on you. Don't fall my hand tomorrow. Prof, the goalkeeper issue. No issue. Who is starting?
No issue. Robert Sanchez has all the confidence a goalkeeper needs. Nobody's is fighting with him for a spot. So he's right there. Sanchez is number one. Yeah, number one.
On the right side.
Yes,
the guy is back. That guy is back.
That's a little bit interesting because I know for sure that Reece James. Well, I can't say for sure, but I think he would not start because I don't think Poch will want to risk him. He's just come back, and we all know his injury record is very, very poor. So I don't think, and you don't want to be, like I said, I think Martinelli will start, and you don't want your first game after a long time injury to be against Martinelli. So I don't think it's wise to start him when you have a young Gusto who has rested for 3 games. So the interesting part of it is that, yeah, but then Poch likes to go with his winning team, and Marco Correa, came in for Brighton and it started the last 3 games and it's performed excellently well on the right side. So it could be a shock also for us to see Correa there. He might not want to change it. So, but then I would leave it at Gusto. But I won't be surprised if Poch just says, look, let's go with the team that's been winning for the past 3 games. Gusto should start that one.
On the left side, Chilwell.
Unless no, it's out. If Chilwell is injured, is Levi Colwill will start at the left side.
That guy is always injured.
Yeah.
The 2 centre back.
Yeah, Axel Disasi, is a little bit, is not fit at this moment in time. We don't know if he's past fit yet. I don't know if Sheye knows how far with Disasi, but I think
is Sheye there? Sheye. What do you think is going to line up the 2 centre back?
I saw Disasi in training today, so it might start tomorrow.
Okay, Disasi, Thiago Silva.
Disasi. That guy in a player, Avi.
Yes, it's a very good, it's solid. It's very solid.
You know. So the 2 best midfielders in the world right now.
Yes. Well, we actually play 4-3-3 now. We don't play 4-2-3-1. We've been playing a 4-3-3. Caicedo sits deep, and we play a double in Enzo and Gallagher.
So are you 4-3-3?
Yes, that's what we've been playing. 4-3-3.
Okay, so it's gonna be more like this. It's almost 4-3-3 anyway. So Enzo and the best player, the best midfielder, Caicedo. Can you spell it? No. Irate.
CAIC.
I just play. All right, this one. Caicedo, Enzo, Gallagher. Do you like that guy?
I think for me, I think that's a very balanced. I think Pep has. I said Pep. Poch has stumbled upon this very balanced midfield. You have Caicedo breaking up the play, Enzo, playing, distributing the ball from deep, and then Gallagher he has been a surprise package so far. because he just runs, he embodies. I think the captaincy handbag that he was given to has sort of given him another extra lift, as if he needed it, because he always runs to the 90th minute and keeps winning. I think he's one of the players with the highest ball win rate so far this season, Gallagher. Wow. So I think he's a very balanced front three, and I don't think middle three, and I don't think any player in Chelsea, even if Romelu comes back, I don't think he can get into this midfield at this moment in time. This is a very, very solid three.
So I'm picking Sterling on this one, right?
I don't think Sterling will start. I think Raheem Sterling starts. I think Sterling with what's the last game.
That's unfair.
What's the last game against Burnley?
You saw his goal during internationals.
Yes.
Modric.
Who? Yes, he scored the final goal, but it was against Malta. But yes, it's good for his confidence. I think we can use him from the bench when if we need to change the attack. But I think Sterling.
So who'll be on the right?
Palmer.
Okay.
Yes, he's been the difference maker up front. Intricate passes, very close control. He drifts into the middle of the park, exchanges with Gallagher. Gallagher goes to the right. I think you will enjoy playing with Gusto. He can always come inside. Gusto can overlap and trade passes to Nicholas Jackson.
So number 9, Michael Jackson.
Yes. I hope he's fit enough, but I think he will start. He's been training today, so I think Jackson will start.
All right, this is the starting lineup, probable lineup for Chelsea. That. I'm going to ask Irate. Irate, in this game, as a neutral person, on this game, where do you think the match will be won? Is it the midfield or the attacking for the Chelsea or the Arsenal? Is it from the attack or the midfield? How do you see the game going to be played? In your own expectation?
I think the midfield battle will be very interesting. Honestly, up front, I think Arsenal have a better front line than what Chelsea have to offer. But the midfield is, we have Enzo, Caicedo, and we have Rice, Jorginho.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Partey starts tomorrow, ahead of Jorginho. But I think Rice is a difference maker, right? Probably Rodri is the only DMF in the Premier League better than him at the moment, He has made a huge difference to us now. And also Odegaard has been there since last season. He has been consistent and has been leading the team very well. So I think that's where to be won for me. And I think that's where Arsenal will edge it. But Chelsea are playing for pride, honestly. And they've won, I think, 2 games in a row now. So they have that momentum going with them. I see this game ending in a draw. I don't see anybody win. Yeah.
That would be fantastic for Manchester United. That's good to win.
I think another advantage that we've built. I just want to chip in there. Another advantage that I see that will tilt towards us now is doing set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks. Because if you look at the Chelsea setup, the only guys that have the height is Colwill or the number 2, Dicey. I don't know if Badiashile will be playing. Even Thiago Silva too is not that tall. Gusto too is not of that. But if you look at us now, from Saliba to Gabriel to Tomiyasu, if he plays, to Ben White, to Rice, to Partey, if he starts, I'm sure set pieces will be an advantage Arsenal could use to nick one over Chelsea tomorrow, because they have the advantage. And if you look at the set pieces, the way they've been taking, the set piece coach has done a fantastic job to that Arsenal. Against Everton, what it did, we knew Everton was going to, take us man to man in terms of aerial duels, and you could see how we orchestrated that to score that winning goal. So that part is an integrated part that could help us now in getting those 3 points tomorrow as well.
Let me ask Nubia Prince. Nubia Prince, are you still there? Arsenal to the core.
Didon, I'm here.
Yeah, talk to me about this game. Is it going to be easy right for Arsenal to win this game?
Well, if Chelsea had been struggling, though my honest opinion about derbies is this: it's not about form, it's about pride. And anything that is about pride, form goes out the window. But now, to the game, Chelsea are really high on confidence. They had their first away win of the season, and at the very first game they'll be scoring more 4 goals or more, and so their confidence is high. So now they believe that they can score goals, they can win games fine. For Arsenal, they got one over Manchester City, their first win over Man City in the league in over 5 years. So Arsenal are riding high on confidence. You can imagine if you're riding high on so much confidence that you now go lose to Chelsea, that would be like crash landing.
Crash landing.
So for Arsenal, they will be confident going into the game. But like I said, it's a derby. So form is not really the issue here. It's about who wants it more on the day. So for me, I think Arsenal have what it takes to punish Chelsea. The midfield trial that Chelsea are talking about, that is stable. I think that midfield will dissolve at the sight of Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. It's going to dissolve. That's the honest truth, because I don't see Caicedo, Gallagher, Enzo. I don't see them, stopping the trial of Arsenal.
Bonabia Prince, sorry. I just remember something right now. Look at your lineup, Arsenal lineup. There's one player, Kai Havertz, is not there.
Are
you happy with this?
I think Havertz will come off the bench. I don't think.
Why is he not starting? You don't have. You think it's okay, or do you think it's going to drop Jorginho and Kai Havertz to play?
No. If Jorginho is going to be dropped, it's going to be in favor of Partey. It cannot be Jorginho for Kai Havertz. If Kai Havertz is going to play, maybe it has to drop. Maybe it's going to drop Jesus or Nketiah or something. Maybe you want to play Kai Havertz as a false nine, but I don't think so, because I think to punish that Chelsea backline, if you look at that defense line, they have a little bit of tardy players. I'm talking about players that are slow. The likes of Disasi, Badiashile, they are not fast players. So, if you have the likes of Saka, Nketiah, and Gabriel Jesus running at them, they might have lots of problems. Others that we're talking about, yes, aerially is dominant. He's got some decent footworks, but he's not as pacey. So we might not be able to exploit, that weakness in the Chelsea backline. So for me, I think Kai Havertz will do well coming off, from the bench, in the twilight of the game when Arsenal want to see a victory, because he showed City that he can actually help Arsenal control possession and, control the tempo of the game. So overall, I think I've seen the purported lineup, and I think it's close to almost the truth. I think Tomiyasu will come in much later for Zinchenko. I foresee Zinchenko starting because he helps Arsenal create the overload. If you don't start Zinchenko, that means you have to play Partey at right back to invert, because whichever way Arteta must invert. So I think Zinchenko will be brought in to create that overload in the midfield. But overall, I think Arsenal have what it takes to beat Chelsea, but they can't afford to be complacent, because if they are complacent, like I said, Chelsea riding high on confidence, they are confident, and they have some crazy run of fixtures. So they believe that if they can get a result against Arsenal, a win, it will give them the needed moral booster going into that crazy run of fixtures.
All right, thank you so much.
I think we should call a spade, honestly. If you signed a man for 75 million, and you can't play him in this sort of games, I wonder why you signed him.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
But Man City has bought players within the same price range, and they are the best.
It's a disgrace. Don't tell me.
Player is that? No, Arteta knows what he's doing. Arteta knows what he's doing. Don't worry. He will be,
so he's only good coming from the bench.
Oh, the bench.
Come on.
City signed Grealish for 100 million pounds. He has been sitting on the bench.
Yes. Sorry. Irit, I just want to chip into what you said, because it's easy to really criticize Arteta, criticize Arsenal, and I'm going to exemplify Guardiola here. Guardiola spent close to £50 million, right, signing Calvin Phillips from Leeds United, and we failed to criticize Guardiola because we loved him. He's the best thing ever since sliced bread. And Rodri got suspended for 3 games, and you went ahead to lose 3 straight domestic games, EFL Cup and 2 in the EPL, and you have a natural replacement in Calvin Phillips. And I've not heard anybody come out to criticize Guardiola on that signing. And again, a penultimate match against Arsenal. Grealish? You were playing. Hold on. Well, Grealish started this season injured, so we could say, okay, he has a reason for starting Doku over Grealish. But right now, this one, Grealish is back. Exactly. Signed Grealish for close to 100 million. Grealish was it was bit part play he played. So nobody criticized Guardiola. And for me, on this Rodri incident, is an eye opener.
Last season, he didn't play.
No, 2 seasons before. 2 seasons before. 2 seasons before. So this Rodri is an eye opener for us to, at times criticize Guardiola. We know he's the best. Nobody's taking that away from him. You have a natural replacement in a guy that can play that 6, signed for close to £50 million plus add-ons, and you failed to play him, and nobody's criticizing. But now we're criticizing Arteta for not starting Havertz. Him signing Havertz, has a reason for whatever.
I want to play
Harris, please. Guardiola on the 27th of September.
Phillips' situation is different. We already know that. He himself has admitted that he has flopped at City. He's looking for an exit route. So if you are saying Havertz has also, if you are comparing, that means you are saying Havertz has also flopped so far.
No. When did Guardiola say that? Guardiola mentioned that this season. Did he say that last season when he signed him?
No, even when he signed him last season, he played him in a couple of games. It wasn't good, and he stopped playing him. It was as simple as that. He stopped playing.
But Arteta has played. Arteta has played Havertz.
What does that mean? Doesn't that mean that Pep wasted money? Can we get this by the player?
We are saying the same thing. So if Havertz finds himself in this situation going forward, Arteta has also wasted money. So we are still saying
no, but Havertz has not put any foot wrong. Havertz in all the games,
and he's on the bench against a big game against Man City.
No, but he hasn't put any wrong. Whenever he was called to come and play against Man City, he called him, he gave an assist. Either which way anyone wants to say, either which way how people want to malign that game for being boring, for being not having the spark, but the record states that he has an assist. You could see in the games he has played, he has given. Look at the stats.
Havertz is because he's yet to score a goal, a Premier League goal for Chelsea.
This is not about goals. I watched Arsenal's game. Havertz is not playing well. Not about goals.
Iris. At the beginning of the season, when we were doing our formations and Arsenal had signed Havertz, I remember when Ope was making his formations and the Arsenal faithfuls, they all put Kai Havertz in their starting 11. We are permutating a 3-2-4-1. Havertz and Odegaard will do this. This one will do this. And now, this man is out of the team. He is not starting now. He wasn't bought as to stay on the bench. He was bought to start
let's even
as
forget
replacement.
The fact that Fabio Vieira has started some games ahead of him.
No, but the good thing, yes, like I said, we benefit of. That's what I'm saying. We benefit of hindsight. I'm sure Arteta would have looked at it. Look, beginning of this season, he has tried out so many tactics, so many formations. And luckily, despite Arsenal, like I keep saying it, Arsenal is in their second gear. They've not even moved to third gear or fourth gear. They are still in their second gear. And they've been able to churn out results. Now imagine if they now click. All what he has been doing is to try to fit in 1 or 2. And he has realized 7 games or 6 games into the season that starting Havertz is not going to work. And I don't feel nobody needs to hold anything against him. If he decides to put the £65 million on the bench and bring him in, it's his call. Nobody should criticize him for that because we've seen someone in Guardiola did that, bring in a player you signed. The first season they signed, what was his name? Grealish, 100 million. Grealish played a big part in the season and nobody criticized him. Who knows? We don't know what Arteta is working out, but I don't feel it's a big deal bringing Havertz in from the bench or not starting him. 65 million. I don't think it's a big deal. Nunes
signed a Grealish that was working. That was a star player in Aston Villa, right? We all understood that signing. Grealish was playing fantastically when he played that, right? Calvin Phillips was one of the best players in Leeds when Pep signed him, right? We all understand. I still would not understand how you go into Chelsea and buy one of their flops for 65 million. I cannot make sense of it.
Guardiola went to Wolves to sign a Nunes. I don't. If my stats serve me right,
Matheus Nunes is one of the best players at Wolves.
Exactly. But is he starting? He's not. He spent close to 50 or over 50 million pounds on him before. I don't know if someone can just help me check. Guardiola spent over 50 million or close to 50 million in signing Nunes and he's starting from the bench.
Doku. Over 50 million.
Exactly. Doku too from Belgian league. Doku was close to 40 million, thereabouts. And if Grealish is fit, Doku doesn't start. Doku will play a bit part as well. So I just feel we should be balanced here. If we're using one king to flog Arteta for benching Havertz that is signed for £65 million. There is a Guardiola somewhere that bought 2 players, 50, 40, and the other one, I don't know how much, and they are coming in from the bench. So it's about, I don't know, for me, it's not a big deal, really, in my own personal opinion.
I'm sorry, but the reason why we cannot flog Arteta and Pep with the same cane, I think it's pretty obvious all of us. I think we should stop expecting to use the same cane. It's disrespect. We cannot use the same. Whatever Pep has done, Pep has shown all of us over and over that he knows what he's doing.
I understand that. I understand. But Prof, look at it. Look at it. Prof, look at it. If it was Arteta that signed a 6 as a backup to, let's say, Partey, and he spent close to 50 million signing that 6, and at the end of the day, he comes out to say, the guy I signed, it was a mistake. I never knew it was this, it was that. Are we not all going to criticize Arteta? We will. Yes, I know Guardiola is the numero uno right now. He's the best. But does it mean he doesn't have faults? Does it mean he doesn't make mistakes? Whoever, I think I would say, it's my own theory. The remaining 19 or the remaining 18 teams in the EPL should rise up. Because if you want to beat City, just take out Rodri and you will beat City. You will beat City. But Manchester United have defeated City close to 2-3 seasons back to back with despite Rodri playing. Tottenham too has done that. So right now it gives other teams the impetus. Just take out Rodri and you will beat City. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Ole, you're just silent.
I
want to ask Irate something, especially those who are calling out on Kai Havertz.
All right,
why Kai Havertz? When we look at Arsenal team right now, it's not like Arsenal are not doing so and are doing badly. They are doing so very well. So I do not see a reason at this point. We're just 8 to 9 games into the season. So I feel it is just so early to start talking about Kai Havertz right now. And Arteta, as a manager, is actually not complaining or coming out to say he regrets signing Arteta. As a manager, he knows the reason why he signed him. He must have seen something in him. He knows very well that Kai Havertz was not playing, he was not getting that regular time at Chelsea. So probably he knows what he wants. Wait, can you please let me finish now?
Yeah.
Now he has come to Arsenal. Even without him playing that much, Arsenal are doing well. Probably if Arsenal were not doing well and he's playing, that is where the whole criticism, the whole thing would have come out from. But Arsenal are doing very well. And he knows Arteta will actually know when to bring in Kai Havertz. But the way they are attacking this guy, it's as if maybe because he's not doing well and Arsenal are not doing well, that because they brought in Kai Havertz. Let's leave him to let that be Arteta's headache. Let him worry about him. I don't think they need to start calling him out. He's not the only Arsenal player. Let's just give him, lessen the pressure on him. Because right now, with the fans, some Arsenal fans calling at him, they are putting pressure on him.
Kunle, what are you going to say to this? Now?
I just want to quickly respond to Maggie.
Yeah, I am going to be 100% with what he said, because I don't seem to understand this whole idea of trying to say that Kai Havertz was a flop at Chelsea and this and that. You need to understand that Chelsea as a team were not good. So I would say practically everyone, but there's actually this issue of when some Chelsea have sold some of these players, like you see Timo Werner. Timo Werner seems to be doing very well in RB Leipzig. We are seeing Romelu Lukaku. So I think it goes to show that there is actually a problem because Chelsea are not good as a team. Now, yes, we know there has been this issue of Kai Havertz not fitting in very well. And the way I look at this Kai Havertz issue is like Darwin Núñez. When Núñez came into the Premier League, it seemed like he was struggling to fit into how maybe Liverpool system and all. But we can clearly see that Núñez is improving. He's not there yet, but where Núñez is now, you can't compare it to when he was there. And yes, I think Arteta has the right to think. Just because you bought someone for 60-something million doesn't mean, like we saw with Grealish. Grealish brought, Grealish for 100 million, but it took almost, his third season before it worked. So I think Arteta has taken Arsenal far enough. And I think he's going to get it right. But I can understand people who talk, because even Grealish, people were saying, Grealish was a waste. Why did you sign? But now they are not making that statement. They are not making the same thing with Nunez. So I think we should all give Arteta that room and space. I know he's not listening to me.
You've been watching football for a long time.
So that's what I would say.
You've been watching football for a long time. Kunle, I want to ask this question to you directly, right? Put yourself as a manager. Just hypothetically put yourself as a manager. And imagine, so please, where does Kai Havertz fit in you as a manager? What do you think he knows? What are his strengths? What does he bring to a team, Kai Havertz? Tell me. What do you think he brings to a team?
Okay, wait, let me now ask you something. Even your club that bought him, why did they buy him at the end? Look, it's not a thing of
it's funny how you guys
wait for this issue of where Kai Havertz plays best. The person who bought him, right, knows the reason why he did. I just don't think Chelsea just went as made an error. That is very erratic of Mateta. I'm telling you now. No problem. If your assertion is that he just wasted money, nobody's going to do that. There is probably something we don't know. But as time goes on, we see what Arteta wants to achieve. With Havertz, it's that simple. We don't know. We can only permutate. Even Guardiola, most times, did you ever know that, John Stones was going to be inverting as a midfielder and all of that? But we saw it and he was doing it seamlessly. These people are going to alternate with tactics. It's the way of the game now. So I think we should just allow Arteta. Look, it's just even how many games. Let's even reach onto the middle of the season, or maybe towards the prime of the season, like February, March. Let's see where Havertz is before we can. For me, I feel it is just too early, because you don't expect things to be smooth and rosy like that. Obviously, something needs to work.
At least, if not for anything, let's remember 2021, Kai Havertz scored the only goal that won Chelsea the Champions League.
You, Margaret, the English Chelsea fans. That's why I just used to look at Pro. That's why I look at Pro. His mouth, that is mouth.
Let me tell you something. The truth is, the questions are being asked because nobody said he's a failure. I mean, he's played 8-9 games. What we are saying is, so far, he hasn't fit in. No one said he's not going to fit in or he's going to be a failure at Arsenal. But what the questions are is, you are mentioning Grealish, all these guys, Matheus Nunes. These guys were playing well in their clubs. Calvin Phillips, before they were brought by Guardiola. But we are talking about the Kai Havertz that has been at Chelsea and couldn't nail down a spot at Chelsea for years. Forget about Champions League final goal. Forget that one. Yes, he scored it. That's just one goal. He couldn't nail down a spot at Chelsea. So everyone is asking why you are going to bring in a guy who could not play well at Chelsea into your own team for that amount of money. That is just the question.
Was Chelsea playing well? Point out players. Sheye is here. How many players?
Chelsea only.
How many players?
Let's remember that. Last season, Chelsea
players were playing well for Chelsea.
Hold on.
Edward Mendy that was even that let's go find the world at some point. He's from Dovetail and he brought back Kepa Arrizabalaga. So what are we saying?
Hold on.
Chelsea was
this is where
we're talking about. How many seasons? Did he even play for Chelsea? He didn't play for Chelsea up to 3. I think I hope I'm correct. Up to 3 seasons.
I mean,
so you guys are making it look like he's been there for 5, 6, 10 seasons.
Havertz for me doesn't pick at all. Because see, if Chelsea were playing well, this is the thing, guys. If Chelsea were playing well last season, and Kai Havertz was now, that is where I feel there will be justification. But hardly could you point to one player that was exceptional for Chelsea last season. So how can you now come? So for me, Havertz is on the same page as every other player at Chelsea was. That's just the point.
Well, I have said my own, and I said it on the group already. I don't think either of Mount, Havertz, and Kovacic, because people were blaming the Chelsea board when they released this player. I don't think 3 of them would ever do more than what they've done for Chelsea. That's my last one. They will never
All right, thank you guys so much. I'm telling you, this devil is cracking. It's gonna go down. Tomorrow is the day. But I'm gonna ask you before I sign you guys out. Irate, I'm gonna start off with you, Irate, on this one. Who do you think is gonna win tomorrow? Chelsea or Arsenal or draw?
I think it's a draw. I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
1-1. That's Irate. Irate, thank you so much for joining us on this one. One love, brother. One love.
One love. Thank you.
All right. Shayomi Diora, talk to me about this game tomorrow. Who is going to win? I know what you're going to say. Can I help you to say it? Shaya, talk to me. Who is going to win tomorrow?
I think Arsenal will win 1-0 or 2-0.
Wow. Shaya, thank you so much for joining us on this one.
You're popular this weekend. Don't worry.
This is the week. All right, thank you, Shaya. All right, bye for now.
Thanks, God.
All right. Ace, which team are you going to go for? Who is winning tomorrow?
Definitely, I'm going for
Arsenal winning tomorrow. How many goals? 2-0.
It's going to be a tight game. Except maybe Chelsea don't want to be Arsenal.
All right, that's Arsenal winning tomorrow. That's one day, Arsenal winning tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Ace, joining us on this one. One love, brother.
Yep, thank you.
All right. I'm moving on to Kule. You know, we don't care. Let them win, let them draw. All of them should draw. Kule, talk to me.
Well, for me, I think it's going to be a draw. This fixture has a history of always ending draws. So I think we saw that last season or even 2 seasons ago. So I would say a goalless draw because I expect the two of them to be conservative. You know, they won't want to take so many risks.
All right.
We see them do this a lot so a draw.
All right, draw for Kule. All right, one love, brother. Take it easy. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, bro.
All right, moving on to the lady. Iron Lady. Talk to me, Margaret. Who's going to win?
It looks like a draw to me, but something inside of me is telling me be careful. Chelsea might win. Might just do a late comeback and win.
All right, so let's come back and win. So who's going? What do you say is going to win? Chelsea or Arsenal?
I said it looks like a draw, but it seems Chelsea might win. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that. Yes, I just have that inner feeling that Chelsea might come out with all 3 points.
Oh my goodness. All right, one love, sis. Take it easy. Bye for now. All right, Robbie. Robbie, talk to me. Who do you think is going to win, Robbie? All right, I think I lost Robbie out there. Robbie, I can't hear you. Can you hear me loud and clear? Who is going to win? I think I lost Robbie there. All right, Prof. Tomorrow is the day. Who do you think is going to win?
Tomorrow is the day. I have a feeling that Chelsea will win. I think I'm seeing 2-1 victory to Chelsea. And that is when Chelsea turns the corner. So I see Chelsea winning 2-1.
Chelsea winning on this one. Oh my goodness. I wish I could do watch along tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. All right. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take it easy, man. All right. I think Ogba is telling us Ogba choose Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. One love, bro. One love. All right, back to the business. I'm going to wrap it up here. All right, please subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video. Share this video. This is how far we can go. Over 90 minutes on the clock. It's been a fantastic show. All right, on the same time on Monday, we'll be here right back. Please don't forget, drop your comments and also subscribe to the channel. Lidon is signing out. One love, people. Bye for now.